Hey, this is Mr. Ng. So notice you have your name here, print neatly. It's based on what I think. Giving you points for even, circling the correct period. Multiple choice, circle the best solution. So the first thing I see here on this exponent, I see 4r to the third power, which means you essentially have to do it 3 r4 to r4th, or you can just do the power of exponents, which is multiply, so 4r to the third, r to the 12th. Here the -2 goes to the r, so -2 times 3 is -6. So essentially this is going upstairs here. So you're going to have r to the third plus 12 plus 6. Remember, when you have the same base, you're adding the exponents, so 15, 21, so that would be 4r to the 21st over 15, so that would be letter choice B. Which list shows the numbers in order from least to greatest? So the smallest one, if you wanted to, you can always write these in so I'll take that one, 7.2 to the -3. So write a couple of zeros. It's negative, so I'm going to go to the left. 1, 2, 3. So there I have 0.0772. I'll go ahead and convert this one. Just want to see what it looks like. 2.7. So 1, 2, 3 left. And then I have 2.7 to the -2. So 1, 2. So this one here is my smallest number, 0.0027. So 2.7 to the -3. So it's not going to be either of these two. And then 0.072. So that's 7.2 to the -3. And then so C is the correct answer. Find the center and the radius of the circle. So I have this one. X minus 2 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals 3 squared. So notice how I converted those. Don't have any parentheses, added it, and that one I made an exponent. So I can do x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So h value then is 2. That means your k value is 0, so I have a center of 2, 0. And then my radius r is equal to 3, so that would be choice. Question number 4. If 7x plus 4 equals -19 plus 5x, then 2x minus 14 equals what? So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve for x, and I can substitute it back in, or if I get lucky and the equation equals 7x minus 14, then I have something there. So 7x plus 14 equals -19 plus 5x. And I'm going to try to make it look like this. So I'm going to subtract 5x. Let's go ahead and subtract 14 at the same time. I have 2x equals -33. Now here I have something interesting. I have 2x equals -33. So I can actually take that and just substitute it here. I don't have to actually solve for x or get a, you can, it's just going to be more complicated. So I'm going to have -33 minus 14. There's my substitution. Every time I see 2x, I'm going to write -33. And I'm just going to double check. Oh, I wrote the problem wrong. Plus 4. Copy mistake. So I do -4. This should be a 23. -23, and I have -37 as my answer, which is none of the above. This one tells me to factor. So if you want, you can put this in a box. Shows you all the common factors. So I look ahead, I notice that I have a bunch of 5s, so I'm going to do 5 times 4, not 2 times 10, A, B, and C. And then 5 times 3, A times C, and then 5 times A times C. So let's see, I got a 5 in common. Write that on the outside. I see an A that they have in common. So I have an A here. And I also see and then I'm looking, I see a C. And then what I did not highlight, so 4B, and then go back to the original math operations, plus, that's a 3, minus. There's nothing here, okay, so a lot of students think there's nothing there. There's always a factor of 1. Miss something here. A. So 5AC times 4B plus 3A minus 1. And that'll be choice D. Question number 6, multiple choice. So I have this fraction. I'm not liking this fraction here. I want to clear the fraction. And I can do that by multiplying by its lowest common multiple. The lowest common multiple here is actually 21. If I multiply by 21 here, you'll have 21 over 1 times 12 over 7x. Multiply there, you're going to get positive times negatives and negatives, so I got 21 over 1 times 1 over 21 times x equals, I'm going to distribute this way, so I have 21x minus 21 over 1 times 2/3. Here I can just cross cancel. 21 divided by 7 is 3, so that becomes 36x. Cancel, minus x equals 21x, cross cancel, gives me a 7, so make it 14. Subtract 21x from both sides. I'm going to get 15x minus x equals negative 14, so this will become 14x equals negative 14, so therefore x is equal to negative 1. That's D. Alright, so the front side was out of 15 points. 2 points each, 1 point for circling period, 2 points for your name written correct, nicely. Turn to the back side for your response questions. Questions 7 and 9 are the most missed questions. Make sure to show all your work in box or answers. Number 7, solve and graph in interval notation. So if in your graphs you had inequalities, then work you off. Subtract 1 from both sides. Get negative 4 divided by 2. X is greater than or equal to negative 2. Remember, you don't flip the inequality sign if you're just dividing. It's only if it's dividing or multiplying by a negative number. Here I'm going to subtract 2x. Then divided by 3, x is less than 4. Inequality does not flip, and I have the word or here. In this problem, if I graph it, here's x is greater than negative 2 in pink, equals 2, and there's the bracket. And then x is less than 4, so parentheses going in that direction. You have this overlap. So in an overlap like this, you can do testing of the number. So a number to the left of negative 2, like something like negative 3. Negative 3 is bigger than negative 2. That's false. Negative 3 is less than 4. That's true. If you test something in between it, something like 0, 0 is bigger than negative 2, but 0 is also less than 4. That's also true. So 2 check marks. You can test the number at itself, right at the symbol. Let's just say you choose 4. 4 is greater than negative 2. Check mark. 4 is less than 4. False. Maybe 5. 5 is greater than negative 2. Yes. Or 5 is less than 4. False. So you notice that the word or just means one condition. So I have 1 check mark, 1 check mark, 1 check mark, 1 check mark, or you could have 2. That means it's all over the place. That's all real numbers. That's the R. You got 3 points if you just got x is greater than negative 2 or x is less than 4, but you wrote no solution. Question number 8 asks you find the distance between points B and D. So you can draw a right triangle here, and then you can just count. I counted A to be 6 and B here to be 5. Square them, add them together, take the square root. Notice how this problem says round to the nearest tenth. So using your calculator, here is the tenth spot. To round here, you're going to have to look at the hundredths. This number is 5 or less, so this number stays the same, so your answer is 7.8. You got a point wrong if you rounded incorrectly. If you're using the distance formula, write down your order pairs. Label x1, y1, x2, y2. Don't forget to write down the correct formula. It's kind of shocking to see a lot of students write down the wrong formula. In your substitutions, don't forget the red there is a minus sign. Question number 19. Solving graph in interval notation. You have an inequality here that has the word or, so you should be thinking to yourself that you might have a splitting. So when you solve this, I'm going to subtract this 11y to both sides. And get rid of this by subtracting 13. Divided by 3 does not fit the inequality sign. Y is greater than negative 4. Graph in pink. Over here, same thing. Subtract 2y, add 8. 15y is greater than 3. Divide by 15 on both sides. This reduces to cross off your 3's, that reduces to 1/5. Now I put 1/5 barely around 0, greater than, and y is greater than or equal to negative 4. Okay, so now here you have two overlapping number lines, and here's the key word is or. So all I need to meet in one condition. Again, try to pick numbers to the left, in between those numbers, and I picked a whole bunch of points just to show you that I'm looking for just one check mark. Notice over here they both fail. One check mark, one check mark, one check mark, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, but I'm looking for a minimum of 1 because of the word or. So I start here at negative 4 and I keep going forever. That'll be bracket negative 4, comma, positive infinity parentheses. If you got this graph with these solutions, I give you 3 points. If you just got these two and all of this is wrong, I give you 2 points out of 4. So use your test points. Question number 10. Add an 8 to both sides. Here, since this was all evens, I factored out a greatest common factor of 2 and divided 2 on both sides. These will cancel, and you're left with 4x minus 3 equals 6x. Subtract x to move it over here, add the 3 to come over here. 3x equals 9, x equals 3. Each question is worth 4 points. 4 times 4 free response question is 16. 16 plus what you got on the previous page is 15, and then that was out of 31. Hope these corrections were helpful for you.